Welcome to the Air Moon Eris channel for tonight's reading. Tonight's reading will be all about what you want. So we have three piles for you to choose from. We have the Queen of Pentacles. You can see that. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Cups. So you can take a moment to choose which pile you feel the most drawn to and use the timestamps in the description box to jump ahead. I'll see you all in group one. Okay, welcome group one to your reading for what you want. If you chose the Queen of Pentacles, then this is your group. So I guess you could say that what this group is wanting is comfort, luxury. But when I say luxury, it's like grounded luxury. It's like just having like a nice fabric, or like wearing comfortable clothes, or, you know, being able to sit on a comfortable couch and having like beautiful adornments. Like maybe this group's like, maybe this group likes like naturally, ethically sourced, organic, fair trade, artisan goods or something like that. It's hard to say. So this group would also probably value security and stability. Yes, security, stability, and comfort as like the primary wants, I guess. Hopefully that resonates for you. If that does resonate, then I would say to continue with the reading. If that doesn't sound like it so far, you may be called to like try another group. I'm basically feeling like it's satisfying all the wants and needs of like the lower chakras all the way through to the heart chakra. So the stability, the security, the emotional vulnerable expression. So there's like safety, expression, artistic expression, creativity, intimacy, like self-empowered confidence and willpower, and like having the ability to follow whatever the heart wants. It seems to be underpinned by a history of some sort of death or betrayal, and that this would be the high in a cycle. In the ups and downs of life, this would be the up. I feel like this group has already experienced the down, so they're waiting for their turn to come up. Part of the cycle that might get them to this place is to leave behind the betrayal and the hurt that's happened before in the past, and to step into their power where they are really taking control and charge of their own life. I think when they do that, that things like passion, creativity will drive any changes pretty quickly. Yeah, it'll be like quick change that comes in. And it's just through leading as your own authentic self. and that can help fulfill the cycle. I don't know why I'm saying cycle, because it's more like a circle. It's like what comes up must come down until some sort of old ending has finished here. But like part of that, I don't know what I'm trying to explain. What I want to say is that the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor here are both in their power, and they're both taking control of their lives. They're both like the leaders of their lives. When they're in this like Ten of Swords or this Eight of Wands energy, they're both being, I guess, governed by forces outside of themselves, or the level of control that they have for their circumstances is outside of their own control, if that makes sense. This group may feel like victim to circumstance, or like other people impede your cycle or your progress. This group could really benefit from emotional stability or fulfillment or nurturing or support before anything else, and that would help them step away, like heal from the betrayals and the hurt, and step into this like self-empowered role. Whatever this betrayal or hurt is may have left you guys, this group, feeling out in the cold or in poor health or without a home. Maybe it would have left this group out of a community, and that to bridge the gap between these worldly cycles and taking charge of your life is like envisioning what you want your life to look like. There's a difference between the Queen of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles. And the difference is that the Queen of Pentacles loves herself enough to do something to help herself. And the King of Pentacles is totally self-empowered. So once you love yourself enough to do something about it, the next step would be to empower yourself however you can to move forward. It's like having that high level of self-worth that you can really fill up on, and that can set the bar for the next standard. Okay. And the very last card that we have, being the Justice card, is just like restoring balance to any situation here. For some of you, this may talk about leaving behind some sort of like family or home or workplace or institution or something, or community, where maybe you're either stepping out of a situation that had you feeling under control of a person who had like a high level of security and stability and comforts in life, so that you could seek a fair existence in the world. For others of you, when an old situation has ended, it's left you out in the cold, and then as a part of you trying to take charge of your own life, it's actually been what's, I guess, set you at odds or set you apart from whatever the hand was that fed you before. For some of you, that stepping out will be the thing that helps empower you. I think we've talked about that. And that it seems that this is the only thing that you can do to move forward to set it right. Without taking these steps, you won't get very far. You'll stay in the cycle that you've been in. Okay, so that seems like everything we have for these cards. So I'm just going to try pulling from one more deck. Okay, so this is a beautiful deck that I've had on my wish list since forever. It was probably one of the first decks of cards that I wanted to buy, and for whatever reason just placed every other deck as priority above it. But my good friend Laura, the mystical healer reader, actually bought this as a birthday present for me, so thank you, Laura. That wasn't really great shuffling, was it? We've literally got houses 7 through till 12. Okay. So the thing that I can say about houses 7 through till 12, I think, I'm not sure. We'll go through and I'll read the cards, but I think it could be a case that this is the stuff that's unseen. So everything so far is in regards to profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies, spiritual growth, structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishments, and career, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs, spirituality, transcendent, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Seems very like inner world to me. Okay, we're just going to take a card out of another deck. This might be like a really deep, specific, impactful part of this group's journey. I don't know if any of you are like learning about astrology at the moment. So there's definitely an adjustment phase of learning to work with people, even when they don't seem to work with us. It's like this hidden knowledge. It's not hidden knowledge, it's a hidden undercurrent. But I feel like this group is privy to the undercurrent. This group could be the highly intuitive group out of the picker cards, out of the piles today. But it's also the group that's learning discernment, like really great discernment. Like this group has had to wisen up through experience. Yeah, it's betrayal. I keep getting like an air of betrayal. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. It all exists on like a gradient, right? And I think what's really going to help move this group forward is that finding ways to care for the self, finding ways to fill our own cups, whether that's like emotionally, supportively, like maybe like learning to nurture our inner child, or finding the things that, yeah, it's like finding the things that fill a cup. So even if it's not making sure we're supported, which is definitely a strong message I'm receiving here, it could be finding the things that like really bring us joy, which can fill our cup inadvertently. Okay, yeah. Is there anything else? No. Okay, group 1, that was a bit of a quicker one. That's everything that I have for you for tonight's reading. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in another one. Thanks. Hey, welcome to group 2. If you chose the 10 of Pentacles and this is your reading about what you want, it's starting off seeming like this group is really wanting all the fundamental elements of earth, like family and friendships, and a level of like fortune that provides like comforts, like all the needs are more than met. We have enough for like fun and leftovers after that. Everyone's taken care of. We have plenty of people around us to help take care of us, in which we in turn take care of them. There's partners, there's family, there's extended family, there's friends. I think I already mentioned that a couple times. There's pets. You know, there's neighborhood, there's community. It's not even community. It's like that's starting to touch into a different energy. But this group, their needs are met. Their needs are like more than well met. And it looks like it starts off with a person coming in. So whether this person is a new person or they've already come in for you, it's hard to say. I think for most of you, they come in from this point forward, and maybe you had to be like really discerning with anyone that came in. So it's like you've already moved past the experiences that have turned you into like a Queen of Swords energy, where you had to have strict boundaries, you had to know what you want, you had to be discerning, you had to be a clear communicator where you don't let people cross you, I guess. And yeah, I don't know, you had to be clear, and it actually was like a really transformative process for you. I feel like it really helped cut away anything that wasn't serving you and help free up the space to really bring in the things that, you know, that you did want, that did match your vision and your clarity in which it came through. So someone comes in with this offer. This offer is like really grounded. It is all the hopes and dreams, but in a very grounded way. There's like genuine potential. It's like the foundation for a genuine potential, and I'm not sure how to explain it. They have solid plans, they have solid experience, they have solid skills. There's a lot of room for development. There's a lot of enthusiasm there in doing it, and they're willing to put the work in. And then you're stepping into being your authentic true self, honoring boundaries and whatnot. And the two of you together, there's like a fine balance here where it actually ends up being like a really happy, prosperous time together. So it's like between your person's willingness to work in and provide and support and meet needs and be steady and grounded, and I guess there's like a level of respect here. There's like a strong level of respect, and then your like quick wit, discernment, knowingness, the wisdom, being able to tell what's real and what isn't. It sets you both up for really good times, like times good enough to bring children into the world if there aren't children already, and if there are children, we're just making them even happier. Like actually good times coming in, right? Yeah. And then I think the biggest struggle that the two of you will face is just like maintaining the balance between everything. It's like leading a really good life together and just balancing each other out and balancing commitments out and balancing priorities. And I think it will both do really well at it. And at times it'll feel like you really aren't, and at times maybe you don't. But overall, I feel like you're always both working together to bring it back down to baseline, or like to an even flow. And I think that this partner or potential partner is actually, they're willing to take a step back to allow for when things are up in the air. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that helps this relationship progress and develop strength, because then not only are they happy and prepared to take a back step when needed to allow you room to do your thing, but then when things settle down for you, you're much stronger in terms of being able to meet their needs and support them as well. So it's win-win for everybody. And it's definitely like a long-term investment. There's definitely children involved. Even if this is like fur children, or just like building a feeling of family, even if it's not focusing on like children or pets as per se. It'll be like that perceived family where maybe they're not blood and maybe they're like the family we create through friends or something like that, or through community. Yeah, definitely like a lot of good times in leading by being our authentic selves and developing like a really grounded sense of confidence here. So it looks like this is what group 2 wants. I'm just asking if we need any other cards, and they're saying no, but I'm kind of reluctant to leave it here. They are sort of mentioning stability, but I think we did touch on that. If we didn't, that's it, just in case, because it's like more than stability. It's having more than enough. Yeah, okay. That seems to be it. So that was a bit of a quick one tonight for your group 2. I hope that it was insightful in some way. I don't know, maybe it was like illuminating for you, or like confirmation on what you do want. And I don't know, maybe it highlights something for you. And if it doesn't resonate, maybe you can choose another pile, but hopefully it did. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in another reading. Okay, welcome group 3 to your reading for what you want. The first message that I had come through is that this group is looking for like their forever happiness and fulfillment. And I did feel a whole heap of energy like rush to my feet to be grounded out. So this group could really benefit from finding ways to ground themselves or taking things slow and steady. I feel like this group's just found there's like a recent newfound happiness or something here, or fulfillment. In terms of a relationship too. So I'm not sure if it's like friendship or family or relationship. It seems like relationship or friendship, like deep friendship. No, deep relationship. Deep relationship that's been honored. Yeah, kids are happy, needs are met as far as like emotional supportive capacity and feeling safe with the ability to be vulnerable. So we could have a person here that has a level of like recognition within like the community or your group of friends or something like that, like a level of social standing. This person could also be a Taurus, so it could be either one. Like they could embody a Taurus energy, or they could have that like level of social standing. They could also love adornment as well and be quite grounded in the things that they're looking for in life. Really valuing like stability and consistency. So it's like no matter what happens, that consistency above all else is what's really appreciated. And then we also have this Knight of Wands card here, and I feel like this Knight of Wands person, they know what they want, they've got their eye on the prize, they're willing to go after it, they're very motivated, they're very passionate, and I feel like they'll bring like a lot of hope and joy to this Hierophant person here. This Knight of Wands doesn't seem like a person that's necessarily scared of commitment. If anything, it's kind of like they want to bring like the next level of commitment to the Hierophant in their best, most Knight of Wands way possible, where it's like they want to take it to new heights, and they're being like, it kind of gives me the energy of being like an entrepreneurial person, but in terms of a relationship. So they're kind of going to look at the Hierophant person as a muse. They'll be greatly, deeply inspired by them. I think they think the world of them. I do think this Knight of Wands person maybe sometimes has a little bit of insecurity within themselves, like they're still currently working on their own feelings of like safety and self-confidence within the world and how they show up and supporting themselves. But I think just as much as this Hierophant person here is quite solid and steady within the world, and they definitely have those values and like of consistency, etc. They're really good at creating that without trying, whereas this like Knight of Wands person is maybe not great at doing that, but they're able to show this Hierophant person a lot about what they want in life. Like it's kind of that match of like one person values consistency and security, the other person values like, you know, inspiration and passion, and then it's like a really nice mix of the two together so that we are bringing a bit of balance to both sides. Yeah, so it looks like there's some grieving happening here from an outside party. Look, the grieving could be within this new relationship, but I don't think it is. I think it's from an old relationship, so I'm not sure whether this is one of the people in this new relationship grieving, or if it's like a person that's been left behind, and they seem like they very much are getting caught up in the stress and the mental fatigue of insecurity and what is it? It's like it's ego, and it's like wanting to control the situation out of fear rather than finding ways to work in together. And because of that, they're feeling offensive and defensive, mostly offensive, offended. Yeah, sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. They're feeling very offended, and they're wanting to like return that offended feeling. So it wouldn't surprise me if this person takes low blows, but they're coming directly for you. Although I do feel like you would see this coming in advance. Definitely getting the feeling that this group is like highly intuitive. We've got not only the High Priestess here, but the Hierophant, but there could also be like a strong Pisces or Piscean energy here as well. And I think that when you embody the characteristics of the High Priestess, where we are quiet, we're receptive, we're still, we're embodying what we are in the universe, and we are surrendering to the universe, we're able to calm things down to such a degree that it really tones down this Knight of Swords and everything that is like sort of in the background jumping up and down about, where we're able to take the focus back off him and return it back to ourselves and our practices. And that's the only real thing that we can do in this situation. Spirit's like giving you fruits of wisdom here, like they're passing down information that may be channeled in some way, or they're helping guide the situation as best they can, and they're making sure that you're taken care of, that you're looked after, that you're provided for. Whereas this Knight of Swords person, I don't know if they're necessarily trying to take away, but they're very clouded by the whole situation. They don't feel like it was fair or just, and I think they're trying to take it out on you because they're hurting from the grief that they've experienced. Moving on, it looks like you're future focused on moving forward and building your legacy and your dream, and you're committed and you're showing up every day and you're working on the things that matter and creating a really comfortable life for yourself, and you're actually getting recognition and paid well for it. Okay, group 3, this was another quick one. All 3 groups are pretty quick tonight. So if you don't feel like this resonated, maybe check out one of the other groups. But if it did, then hopefully this was helpful in some way. And look, this is a bizarre one because it's meant to be about what we want, but I feel like what we want is the 10 of Cups here. We just want like that peace and that fulfillment and that like happiness and joy, where kids are allowed to be free and there's like freedom of expression and everything like that. And like nurturing inner child between ourselves, and you know, being able to like give that to our children as well. And sometimes it looks like embodying ourselves as an adult to be able to like break down the barriers and end generational patterns. And so you may not want to have to go through the fight of dealing with people that aren't quite there yet within themselves, or that you may be coming up against, but that may very well be, you know, that result that you're seeing of going after what you want. And what I can say is that this group is taking clear, defined action, moving towards like the things that they want, and that's all you can do. And you will probably be met with challenges, but I feel like this group is more than equipped to handle the challenges that do come your way, and that you'll actually be successful. Yeah, the outcome here will be successful. So that's everything that I have for you tonight, group 3. I hope that it was helpful. If nothing else, hopefully it was confirmation on your situation. Please let me know in the comments. I'm definitely interested to know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in another reading. Thanks. Bye.